It's your boy, your host, Cousin Warren of Cousin Warren and Friends. Here in the studio with me, I have the forever beautiful, the always classy. She wore bright red shoes, or they're orange or some other type of color shoes, and she had half of her body out, so I made her cover it up. The wonderful Miss Kyla Hutchins. How you doing?
I am doing great. It's been a great week. How are you? Hey, everybody.
Good. Put your microphone just a little bit close.
Testing.
Well, maybe, you know, you
that's what I get for trying to be a celebrity.
You got this handy dandy notebook, contraption.
My items. Can you hear me now?
You sound good, sis. You sound good. You sound blessed. You sound wonderful.
Thank you. I feel wonderful.
Good.
Thank you.
Your skin's glowing.
That's the Lord.
Lipstick popping.
I ain't been eating right. Thank you.
You ain't been eating right.
I need more water.
But have you been living right, baby?
You know, yes, the joy of the Lord is definitely on me. If you see me glowing, that's honestly what you see. It's Him, not me.
You know, most of these women, they got pregnancy glow, but you got the Holy Ghost glow.
I don't, yeah, definitely Holy Ghost. Amen.
I'm punching you in your stomach. You walk up in here on what?
Oh yeah, no, I'm cool on that. Lord has different plans.
It's been a long day, sis.
Yeah.
But God is still faithful.
He is ever faithful.
Forever. And then we also have the minister himself, the newly appointed recording artist himself, Minister Mark Anthony Humphreys. How are you? Good morning.
I'm tired, y'all, but I'm okay. How are you?
So you look tired as a slave. You gonna make it?
Yes.
Do you need to lay on the couch with the praise service recording mic? If you need to lay on the couch, I'm pretty sure we got a blanket in Mimi's office somewhere.
There's probably a blanket right up under there.
It probably, you know what? Why? She said blanket under the pillow. Right? LaRon's already ready. He's already cued the mic. Cue the mic. If you lay on that couch, I'm done. Mark is literally about to lay on the couch.
Man.
Mark, you better not fall asleep.
Mike cues all the snores.
He cues all the snores. Hey, so listen, I want you guys. Are we on Facebook Live yet? Okay, I want you guys to interact with us just a little bit today. I'm going to give you the phone number to call to the show. The phone number is 316. Kyla almost had just a heart attack.
It's the New World contraptions.
It's the New World contraptions. Y'all that are listening on Radio Land, y'all can't see Kyla's new contraption. I wanted one, and then she let me play with it, and I no longer want one.
Yeah, it's just something borrowed.
I can hear you.
Just bear with me and my gadgets.
And I no longer want one. Oh, but we're just days away from the Kyla Cam.
We are.
We're just days away. I got to talk to LaRon about that, but we're days away from the Kyla Cam. So call in tonight to the show. Not 1-800. Sorry. It is area code 317-802-7137. 317-802-7137. Y'all know I'm dyslexic. That was a struggle. I want to know, you know, those old things that your mama and daddy used to say as an adult, you find yourself saying. We all have those things. My grandmother used to walk through the house and say, "Oh, Lord, today I love you. Oh, I bless you." And I found myself walking through the house. In my house, she was like, talking about, "Oh, Lord, I said, I quit." I just throw the whole testimony away.
The whole testimony.
And then my favorite one that I always say, you know how the saints used to testify, and they would say, "I thank and praise God for He's been a good God. He's been a merciful God. He's been an all-seeing God, an everlasting God, and a wonderful Savior. I've never known Him to fail. I've never known Him to let me down. I've never known Him to be anything other than a mind regulator and a company keeper." And they would end their testimony with, "And you pray my strength in the Lord." But this would be my favorite part, that I would be what He's calling for in these last and evil days.
Oh yeah.
But my testimony is just pray my strength in the Lord.
Sometimes that's all you need.
It's him to pray your strength in the Lord. Mark, what you got to say?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You need some music?
Oh God.
You need me to back you up? What you want to say?
I just want to make sure.
No, I don't wear these headphones now. I'm gonna have to.
You don't, Kyla don't. I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Mark, why are you doing a sound check where we live?
grandmother.
Wait, I don't think I can hear Mark. Wait, I can't hear you.
I thought I heard you.
Larry?
Are these batteries not working? Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
I can hear you. Say something again.
Praise the Lord.
I can hear, but I don't know if you're coming through the... Okay, but tell me what... Hey, y'all on Facebook, can y'all hear Mark talk?
Can you give us some ones? If you hear Mark,
Can anybody
just
hear me?
type a 1.
Somebody.
One, make us one.
That's my song.
We sung the trash out of that Sunday, didn't we?
Yes, I almost rolled right under the pew.
That wasn't on the song list. We didn't sing that. You know, when people just jump up, they didn't.
I'm a woman from the West. Different than all the rest. I'm cute. I got a shake the shoulder. I walk around Madison Avenue and let everybody know.
Mark, you're going to have to say that
That's
again.
popping. I might need to write that down, actually.
LeRon didn't have your mic plugged in. Or you just going to have to take your mic to the couch. No, it's still not plugged in. What he said, his grandma, the late Mother Levera Hayes used to say that she's a woman from the West. She's better than all the rest. And she's walking around Madison Avenue.
No, she says she's cute.
She's cute.
And she know it.
And she know it.
She got a shake.
She got a real bit to show it.
And she walk around Madison Avenue and let everybody know.
And she walks around the Madison Avenue and let everybody know it.
That's cute.
For them that don't know, where we grew up, Madison Avenue is like a main street.
She used to say, giving honor to the testimony leaders and the drum beaters.
The drum beaters.
And I greet the children in the name of Jesus.
Just in case you
That's
didn't,
cute.
Just in case you didn't hear it, I've heard this one before. She used to say, giving honor to the testimony leader, the drum beater, the tambourine beater, the choir machine leader.
No, just the drum beater.
No.
Just the drum beater.
And she greet the little children in the name of Jesus.
Okay, while Mark is laying on the couch, and it sounds like you're laying on the couch. Say that one more time so we can get that. Your mic's plugged in now.
Is it plugged in? It's not ready.
We got ones now, so I think they hear you now.
Oh, we got ones? You got ones?
We got one.
Make us one with you.
Glory to God. She used to say, Indiana, she used to say, giving honor to the testimony leader, the drum beater, and I greet the little children in the name of Jesus.
That's cute.
Jesus came into my life. She would start her testimony like that.
That's cute. I need to have a little testimony intro.
Right?
That's popping. I need that.
I don't know what mine would be, though, you know.
Mine's probably going to be corny. I don't know. We'll have to rehearse it. Might have to borrow some lyrics.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. So, guys, make sure you call into the show tonight. You know, y'all always leave me hanging when I ask y'all to call in. Y'all always leave me hanging, and I'll be mad. Call in. I'm opening the phone lines, and then y'all ask me, well, you don't ever open the phone lines. Why open them? You ain't going to call? How?
They're going to call today.
You don't call me.
You know, that's
Prince. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the word on the streets with Kyla Hutchins.
Oh, thank you. A few things. It's been a lot that's gone on this past week. My mind is still on U-turn. That's not necessarily word on the streets, but
yes, it is.
It is though.
When you turn, it will.
U-turn. But yes, the U-turn conference at Christ Church Apostolic this weekend, put on by the youth pastors Leroy and Aretha Hutchins, my parents. That was a very great conference. All of us, Mark and Warren and myself, were present, and it was just an awesome move of God for the young people. It was a great time to just fellowship and feel like family in the church. So I was just really grateful for that. Did you guys enjoy yourselves?
Oh, when I say it thoroughly blessed me, it thoroughly blessed me.
Definitely. I feel restored and renewed. So I thank God for that. First, yesterday was 9/11. It was the
It's my show. I can do that.
But yes, yesterday was the 17th. Was it the because 2018. It was the 17-year anniversary of 9/11.
Wait, so I was in middle school 17 years ago?
I was in kindergarten.
Okay, you're definitely in timeout.
Yes, I remember bits and pieces of that memory, actually, when I was in kindergarten. I remember everybody. They put the daycare on lockdown because I think my mom was my teacher then, or she was a daycare teacher then. They put the daycare on lockdown because they didn't know where the planes were coming next. They had just saw that we were just under an extreme terrorist attack, and they didn't know what was going on. So my daycare was put on lockdown. And I just remember just feeling like a sense of panic. Like, it felt like the whole country was just in sheer panic.
They were. Not feel, but they were.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
It was a horrible tragedy. Just taking that day to remember the lives of everyone that was lost and forever changed by that situation. I just want to pose the question, do you think our country has fully recovered from 9/11 since then? Because 17 years ago wasn't that long ago.
No, we haven't, because airport security is still like 9/11 made a lot of things just like not good.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say minority wise, primarily the airport security. I hate flying because of that now. But then sometimes it's like a overboard. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I get why they do what they do. They made me throw my toothpaste away.
Oh yeah, they're not going for that.
I was not happy about that.
Clear tooth.
Why?
They said
Out of all things, his toothpaste though.
Right, and honestly, to be 100% honest, the last time I flew, I can't remember where I was going, but this toothpaste was in my bag from when did I fly last? Where was the convention at last year? Atlanta? I drove. Anyway, wherever I flew, the toothpaste was in the bag from the carry-on bag from somewhere that I had previously went.
Oh yeah.
And no, actually somewhere I previously. Anyway, it was in the bag, and I didn't even know it was in the bag because in the zipper part of the bag, they made me throw them in my toothpaste. It was a big thing of Colgate too.
Oh yeah. See, but at least I feel like at least that was the least of your problems. I feel like one thing that we haven't recovered from as far as 9/11 is really just profiling people now. If you're if you're a Muslim, if you're of Middle Eastern descent in general, or even if you even are mixed and you have that in your family, if you look like it even and you're not, it's just the automatic stigma that comes to you. I remember reading a story, it's not more than 2 weeks old, of a Muslim woman. She was a U.S. citizen though, who was made to show as they were searching her, she was made to show her pad, like her menstrual pad in her. No, but that's the type of security that they were giving to her. They were trying to figure out what was in her and what was going on, and they made her show that just to show that she wasn't carrying any harmful weapons. And to be honest, I feel like that's going very extreme.
What was she sticking in her U-Haul while she was on her cycle?
Nothing. It's a pad. How do you not feel that? That's not. I'm sorry, not to be too graphic, but come on now.
Just stupid.
But that's the type of panic that we're still in right now. We don't trust people anymore. Like,
was she a terrorist or no?
No, she wasn't. Like, for real though. Like, I feel bad. Like, even in our own community, in the African American community,
they searched her pad.
But that's the type of paranoia that we deal with. That's the type of paranoia we deal with.
I'm glad I don't have a period. I would have slung it on him. You hear me?
I would have sued. No, you're gross.
Full of juice.
I would have sued. Yeah. I would have sued because that was all due to profiling. You've never heard that happen to anybody else, whatever color you may be.
Naomi, I do agree. We still are hurting daily. You know, it sometimes it is. One of our Facebook viewers, Naomi, she said, "No, we still hurt daily. We still do hurt daily."
We definitely do. We need to pray for this country and the traumas that we've endured, and just thank God and His forgiveness.
You put me on the radio, on the Facebook Live.
Oh,
on the couch.
On the couch.
It's a couch cam.
That's cute.
Yeah, actually, hi, how you doing? Post them at will anytime you feel like, LaRon.
A few more things before we get too far
time,
off.
Sis, go right
I don't want to
ahead.
take too long, nah. But so yeah, just I would say pray for our country. If you're a praying person, if you just add that to your list of things, just pray for our country and the forgiveness of other people, and just how we continue to conduct ourselves. On Friday, the great Mac Miller passed. He died of a drug overdose.
Who's that?
Mac Miller.
Who's that?
He's a rapper.
Oh, I don't know who he is.
Caucasian.
He died. What, like young?
26.
Oh my goodness.
26, died of a drug overdose. He
These drug overdoses is taking the saints out.
I didn't listen to him too much growing up, but I know a lot of people that did. It was just really a shock though, from hearing his name so often. And just hearing that he had passed, especially of a drug overdose. It's like, how many more artists are we going to lose? How many more young people are we going to lose? And it's like every time somebody dies, we always say, we need to discuss drug abuse. We need to discuss suicide. We need to just discuss these things. And we hurt and we grieve and we lash out on social media and then we move on. Every time.
You know, and I agree with that. Like, we're more reactive than we are proactive.
Yes.
Just like nobody was talking about suicide till Kate Spade hung herself. And then it just ironically lined up with the show that we were going to talk about. And then like drug overdose. We're technically more proactive than we are reactive in general. It's just like I would not be more sympathetic to you know, people who came from a household where a parent was on drugs if my mom wasn't on drugs. You know what I mean? So we do things, you know what I mean? We're more proactive than we are reactive. But sometimes there has to, and hear my heart on this. Sometimes there has to be a sacrificial lamb to get our minds there. And I don't want anybody to be sacrificed or anything, but then sometimes people send out, like that pastor who committed suicide, people send out a cry for help in the most discreet forms, and we don't really pay attention to it because it seems the norm. But my prayer is for everybody who's given a cry out and who's going through those things, that the Lord, somebody recently prayed this prayer for me, that the Lord will surround them with people that can see into their spirit.
Yes.
And that can see that spirit that is looming on them, you know, whether it be good or bad. You know, I'm going to stop right there.
No, that's what we need. That prayer is definitely what we need. A proactive prayer. Because even because you know, Mac Miller and Ariana Grande used to date, and they broke up partially because of Mac Miller's drug problems.
Wait a minute, let me take you there.
Yeah, no, for real. So this is something, that's why when Mac Miller died, I noticed Ariana Grande didn't have too many comments. Of course, she was just still shocked and stuff because their breakup wasn't that far. It was still pretty recent, and just to see her, I know, just pray for her, because that's hard to lose somebody, you know, when you feel like there's nothing else you can do for somebody, and you just pray for them and you let God kind of take the reins in their life. And then to see that he ended up dying of a drug overdose, whether it was intentional or not, I know that shattered her, even though she was engaged to be married. I forget off the top of my head who her fiance is, but I believe they called off her engagement just because of everything that's going on right now. Which, I mean, you're grieving your most recent ex. I can understand why you might need some time for that, but just pray for his loved ones, pray for his family, and just pray for the mercy of God, because that's heavy. I'm just tired. Like, my whole timeline was just shook. So just pray. Also, another celebrity news, kind of getting away from that. Are you
gonna talk about Beyonce and LaToya Luckett?
No. Might have to let you have a feature.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Look at you, see. I was actually going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and their little altercation at Harper's Bazaar.
Nicki.
Just to keep a long story short, if you really didn't know what happened, Nicki Minaj was seen taunting Cardi B, like, you know, she just on the side, like, you know, doing all that stuff. And, you know, Cardi B, she not between her, and I believe she brought a friend with her who also made a post on Facebook Live just talking about the situation. And they lunched for her. Like, they lunched for her on site. And Nicki was reportedly...
Like, when I violently lunched at her, like, fighting?
Yes! Ooh, like, lunched at her, ready to fight. Just Nicki allegedly ran behind her security team. And so they didn't get to reach her or whatever. And Cardi B, you know, threw her shoe at Nicki and it missed and whatever. When people were just talking about that, because... Nicki Minaj and just her speaking on different women in the rap game right now, that's been an all-time high lately, especially since she started Queen Radio.
How old are we?
She's a little too old.
Nicki is my age, if not older. Somebody Google me a Nicki Minaj age.
Oh gosh, but yes, I mean, this.
She 35.
I just guessed.
She knew she was too old to be fighting. Whoa. That's why she hid behind her security team. But at the same time,
35. Yeah, 35.
Nikki, you're older than me, boo. Nikki, I want to say this. Baby, you got cottage cheese. You need to grow up. You got all them dimples looking like somebody took the beans out of a bean bag and put them in a brown sandwich bag.
Silly.
Grow up and put some clothes on, you little nasty.
But I feel like the society is kind of really, I feel like we're partially to blame with why she feels the need to kind of beef.
No,
I will just hear me out. Hear me out.
Out the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. What's in you is gonna come out.
No, she needs to be accountable for that. Because I'm sorry, I'm one of them people. You can't just say whatever you can't say whatever you want to say on social media.
And everything.
I put my thumb on now, so shut up.
So your thumb was by your side and it was in your mouth and you was just open. Anyway, as you were, Kyla.
I was, dang, I lost my train. There it goes. Here it comes. But no, I was saying, yes, she should be accountable for her words, but I feel like that's how social media, like, people get behind, like, their own radio show, and they get Twitter fingers and whatever, and they just feel they need to say whatever they want to say with no repercussions. And I feel like Cardi B, getting ready to fight her was definitely that repercussion. But she went on Queen Radio to just talk about how she was just ashamed and disgusted that they fought like that in front of the upper echelon group of people, aka the white people. She felt like, ain't
nobody worried about you fighting in front of the white people. You know what is so embarrassing, though? That you're fighting in general, whether they yellow, red, black, and white.
That's what I was gonna say. No, I was gonna say I feel like
they are.
I was gonna say I feel like society has a little bit of responsibility to play with that, because we act like multiple black women can't have that spot. There's only one spot. We act like there's only one spot, only one black woman can have it. There can only be one black female, there can be only one black female hip hop artist, and because of that, I feel like we didn't show women it was okay to share the spotlight. It was okay to have multiple people in multiple lanes doing different things, and that's okay. Instead, we made it feel like Nicki had the spot and she had to hold it. And here comes Cardi B, I won't say that she doesn't have talent, because she does, but I'll leave that alone. But
Cardi B,
I'll leave that alone.
Girl, get a speech pathologist. I couldn't understand half of your album.
I mean, she's doing something right. She making.
You know who she remind me of? Oh, who was the girl that played White Man Can't Jump? Oh, you know what I'm talking about? The lady on White. This is before your time. Laurent, did you watch the movie White Man Can't Jump? Who is the Rosie Perez? Oh. She reminds me of a not so refined Rosie Perez, but Cardi B is pretty though.
She is pretty, but that's another reason she fought. She was talking about how I guess Nicki Minaj was throwing shade on her baby and saying this, that, and the third. But
can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. News. Keep. You'll save a lot of money, time, energy.
You're wasting these people free data on their telephone talking about Cardi B.
Keeping your name off people's mouths and in their business. But lastly, the Serena Williams controversy. I wanted to talk about that.
You owe me an apology. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. How she basically she accused her umpire of sexism after he accused her of cheating and getting advice from her coach on the side, and they ended up getting into an altercation during the U.S. Open, which resulted in her getting a game penalty for verbal abuse. And there was a cartoon that came out, just showed her basically throwing a fit. It kind of made her look like this ape character. Like, it was really out of hand. It was really like, I can't believe that such a racist cartoon could really come out in the 21st century. But actually, I can. But I feel like that was, I don't know, I feel like that was at work with, with Nike just coming out with their campaign with Colin Kaepernick and Serena Williams, with her getting all of this positive attention to herself and her just speaking for the people and not being afraid of being controversial. I feel like in so many words, they had to put the kibosh on that. So I feel like they took an opportunity. I feel like an opportunity was seen and they took it. So I feel like Serena Williams, from what I saw, she didn't do too much wrong, but you do still have to kind of respect the rules of the game. But calling somebody a cheater and a liar, and they wasn't cheating, especially in front of their daughter on national TV and stuff, and she wasn't. She was
like,
I don't blame her for popping off.
She did pop off. But have you seen her ring? Her wedding ring.
Oh, I know it's
worth more than my life.
Not your whole life.
Oh my God.
I bet it is big. I haven't paid too much attention to it, but I bet it is going crazy. But let us know what you think. If anybody has any information, if they saw anything I didn't about the Serena Williams situation. What do y'all think? Do you think she handled it properly? Do you think they did revoke that penalty? Yes, they should have, because they knew they were wrong. But
Wrong is 4 left shoes on a right foot zebra. I thought that was funny.
Yep, I see my streets clearing out. Word on the streets.
Well, I want to piggyback word on the streets today with
featuring Warren.
With one of the I read this story and I've been trying to validate this source all day. So I want to say I'm as we speak I was still trying to validate the source. But I'm going to say allegedly, Beyonce and LaToya Luckett had a reunion last night in Dallas, Texas for Beyonce's On the Run Tour 2. On the Run Tour 2. Yeah, or the second part of On the Run Tour. Apparently the picture that was shown was a pregnant LaToya Luckett in a leopard print catsuit with the Queen Bee herself. And a white sequins beaded leotard, looked like something from her Advait Maria scene. But if that is the truth, I am so happy that they've reunited all these years. But here's the thing:
I didn't know anything about the Bees.
LaToya Luckett and Beyonce go back to like '92. So I don't know how many years ago if they really go back to '92, but that's just the year I'm using. But they go back years. So I mean, literally, it would not surprise me. They were childhood friends, from what I hear. LaToya and LaTavia, they were originally parts of Destiny's Child. Did Destiny's Child, from what I hear, allegedly may have ended a little messy with. They said they didn't know they were replaced until the Say My Name video came out, and they weren't in the video.
Oh yeah.
But. You know, and that's back in the day where it was just Farrah and Michelle. Y'all know about no Farrah. Farrah been gone for. Farrah didn't make it to Independent Women's. She didn't make it. She didn't make it to Survivor either. Farrah must have lost her breath. She couldn't keep up. But yeah, but I'm so happy if that is the case. You know, LaToya Luckett and Beyonce have reconvened. They look really nice in the picture. Like they're really
happy in the picture. That's cute.
Don't they look happy in the picture? Yeah. Well, this has been Word on the Streets with
Kyla,
featuring yours truly, Cousin Warren.
Thank you.